Hello. I know everybody's grooving with the 80s music.
I dig it.
You got the 80s colors on tonight, I see. It's the Miami Vice colors.
Yeah, don't you forget it. You got my 71 CUDA parked out in
the. So, hey, everybody. Welcome to our paranormal world. I haven't seen y'all in a hot minute because I haven't done a show since we went to the conference.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it seems like so long ago. It was only 2 weeks ago. But it seems like so long ago.
Yeah. Yeah. It's weird how that works, isn't it?
It is. But, you know, I'm here now. We know how Monica rolls, right?
It's true.
I do it when I feel like it. That's why my channel isn't like exploding like yours and Rob's and the Blondes and really everybody else.
Well, I think exploding is far from what my channel has done. But mine is like a slow growth mold.
It's a black mold.
Yeah.
It infiltrates.
Gets its tendrils in.
Right. And then the next thing you know, you're a porch fan.
Yep.
Mine's even slower than that. Not as menacing though. Right?
No. No, you're
last night on Rob's show we talked about he was giving me stars. I got stars next to my name because I've been in handcuffs and in the back of a cop car, but I have never been in jail. I've never been arrested. Right? Knock on wood. Got to knock on the old wood. Right? And what else was it? Been in fights, but not with women. Never fought a woman, but I've been in fights. And I play fantasy football.
Yeah, you've got more points on your man card than a lot of men I know.
Well, I don't know. I mean, we were talking about going to jail and who has and hasn't been. I cannot say that I have graced the inside of a cell. Hopefully, again, knocking on wood, all the little wood elves help me out here.
I cannot say that I have not.
I wouldn't know what to do.
There's nothing to do.
Do I have to fight the minute the door closes? Like, do I need to kick somebody's ass in the county? I don't know.
I've spent some nights in the Crossbar Hotel, but that's about it. I've never been sent to the big house. But, and I have fought men and women.
I had a girl walk up to me once at a party. He was clearly drunk. I was drunk. I mean, we were all drinking. And she thought I was somebody else. I knew her from a long time ago. We were on a porch. It was dark. I don't know if she knew who the heck I was or not. She thought I was somebody else though. And she punched me square in the sternum. Just right here. Just as hard as her little fist could do it. And she punched me and I looked at her, looked at my chest, and I looked at her and I'm like,
not really.
What the hell are you doing? I was like, I want to hit you.
The hardest I've ever been hit was by a friend of mine. I'll tell this little story real quick. We were at a friend of ours' place at a party. We're out in the backyard, and me and him were drinking tequila straight out of the bottle, just handing it back and forth.
Uh-huh.
And this is back in my younger, dumber days. And this guy was, he was a Samoan guy. And he had a couple of inches on me and about 40 pounds. And it was, we were kind of back in the small town, we were kind of like the two big dogs on the block. Everybody talks about what would happen if we got in a fight. So, and we always tussled around, you know. So we got drunk and we got to wrestling in the backyard. We wrestled through the backyard all the way through the house into the front yard. And, he said, "Come on," like this, and
Come at me, bro.
yeah, and I'm thinking we're still playing. I didn't know he had actually got mad.
Oh no.
And I went at him like this, you know, and he hit me with an uppercut.
Ooh.
And took me off my feet. I flew through the air, and the only thing that stopped me was the house.
Ooh.
And so I didn't go down, and I went halfway down, and I stood up. I said, "What the hell did you do that for?" And couldn't find out. He had found out his girlfriend just broke up with him. That's kind of why we were drinking. But she broke up with him after she told him she was pregnant.
Oh.
And he broke down in tears. He's like, "Oh, just man, hit me back, hit me." I said, "Man, I'm not going to hit you back." And I gave him a big old hug and shit. And but that's the hardest I've ever been hit.
The hardest I've been hit was my brother. My brother, yeah, caught me right there.
Oh, yeah.
Just from below, just right there.
That'll turn your lights out.
It'll get your attention.
Yeah.
And that's the first black eye he ever got. Because a rabbit punched him.
Yeah, I've been in more than my share of fights for sure. Of course, I bounced.
Years ago, though, let me preface this to everybody. Years ago, I would get my ass beat if I tried to get into a fight.
You know,
today.
I don't know. I don't know how I would fare, but I will say this. You might get the better of me now that I'm almost 60 years old. You might walk into a fight with me, but I guarantee you're going to limp back.
Yeah, my dad used to tell me that. Well, I mean, I was raised by my father, which explains so much. But he was a single parent for the most. I mean, my stepmother came in the scene when I was like 10-ish, 9, 10. But my dad was the main like biological parent there.
Right.
And I remember, I can't remember how old I was. He took me out and taught me how to shoot when I was 14. Mm-hmm. Took me to the gun range, taught me on a revolver. I still prefer revolvers to semi-auto.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
just so y'all know, she's a hell of a good shot, by the
way. Well, thank you. You know who's a really good shot is Chris.
Really?
Oh, he is such a good shot. Like the first time I saw him shoot, I was like, hell. Okay. Now getting him to wake up and, you know, if wherever like somebody comes in the middle of the night, sleeps with the weapon right there. If somebody were to, he sleeps so heavy. I'd have to vault over him to grab the weapon before he... But yeah, my dad did that, and he also, and again, I don't remember what age, but he had told me, you know, I don't want you to start fights. Don't start a fight. But if somebody hits you, you better finish it.
That's exactly what I was told. JoJo grew up having some WWE shit going on. She says my younger brother would take off his false leg and hit me with it.
He was a feisty little prick, she said. Yeah, my brother and I used to, like, clearly from my story, like, throw punches at each other.
See, my brother and sister, I grew up basically like an only child because my brother is 15 years older than I am. My sister's 20 years older than I am.
That's like Lucas. His sisters are way older than him.
So, you know, I mean, when I was a little kid, you know, my sister was already married and everything. And hell, half the people when we went out and stuff places thought I was her kid. You know?
I bet that made her feel good.
And then here's one for you. So we go to get some family pictures taken with my sister, and my nephew's 8 years old, 8 years younger than I am. Okay. Well, when I was 18, 19 years old, she wanted to get some pictures taken, but with the three of us, right? So we go, and the photographer thought I was her husband.
Oh my gosh.
But
Yeah.
you have to remember, I did not look my age when I was there.
You know what offends me greatly? So I went to Wichita Falls with my brother on Friday just to go. There's a garden center there I like. He likes to drive. He came up and I drove us out to Wichita Falls. And we had lunch at Texas Roadhouse.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm pretty sure they thought, because I didn't have my wedding ring on, it was in the cleaner, but I had my engagement ring on.
Mm-hmm.
And my brother is as single can be.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they thought that he was my fiance or my husband. And I just was mortified at the absolute thought of that.
Well, it's kind of, and I don't care how attractive they might be or whatever. It still has an ew factor to us.
Yeah.
When that happens, you know, it's like, ew, no.
No.
Yeah.
It's like,
God, no.
I mean, I love my little brother, but I mean, I could do better.
Yeah, right.
We weren't related. I'm just saying. Love you, Adam. And I don't live in, you know, I'm not that far south. I'm not that south, not that southern.
Nikki says her oldest sibling was 18 years older than her, and he was married and had a child that was 10 months older than her.
Oh my goodness.
So her aunt, her niece is older than she is. Yeah.
By 10 months.
Yeah.
That's crazy. But you know what happens? Like I said, Lucas.
Yeah.
I think Lauren is 8 years older than Lucas. And Gillian's like, oh my gosh, she's like 16 years older than him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Clearly I spaced my children out. So,
Clearly.
And Riley, oh my gosh, Riley.
Yeah.
He'd be 31.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
my
crazy.
kids are 4 years apart.
Well, Riley and Gillian were only like 2.5 years apart. They were pretty close. But then I had Lauren, and then 8 years later, I had Lucas. When I was old, I was high risk because I was a geriatric. Apparently, that's what they call you, even though you're still in your 30s.
Well, see, my mom had me when she was 38 years old in 67.
Mm-hmm.
So she, you know, that was not real common. You know,
well, it's not.
I was
now apparently.
Surprise.
Well, yeah. I mean, at 39, having Lucas. Yeah, I love him very much, but that was not on schedule.
Yeah.
Oh well. So we've gone through fights. You know, wrestling. Chris is a good shot. I used to wrestle Chris too when we first started dating, like WWE, like get down.
See, that is so cool.
Grappling wrestling.
Yeah, that is so cool.
And one time I got him across the nose. He had a slice across the tip of his nose. Felt bad.
See, that reason I like that is because of what it turns into.
Well, I didn't really turn into that. It was more like, I'm stronger than you admit it. Or maybe not stronger, but just as strong or close to it.
Oh, Lord.
But tonight, we'll move on. We'll move on to the topic at hand, right? Which is the 50 States of Strange. And tonight is Texas' choice, which was Rhode Island. Smallest state in the Union.
Mm-hmm. Yet
lots of lore, lots of ghost stories.
Yeah.
Lots of shady crap. I mean, anyway, any state's got that, but lots of shady things going down.
You know what? Speaking of shady stuff, I just put a video out about some stuff that's going down in Houston.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. They 6 bodies popped up in the bayous in less than 2 weeks.
Oh, we got a serial killer?
That's what everybody's thinking, but authorities are denying it now.
Okay, so what state did he come? They could have been remnants of a flood, because Houston floods every time you flush
Nope.
the toilet.
Nope.
They're fairly fresh.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, they'll find them a day or two after it happens.
Okay.
Maybe a week.
Sorry, my nose is just itching.
But my wife's been fighting ragweed all night.
Oh.
But no, they found them, like I said, within less than a 2-week period, from September 16th to 26th. And all but one of them is a male in their 50s, or the youngest male was 37 that they found, and one of them was a woman, a 20-year-old woman that had last been seen leaving a bar.
Okay.
And the thing about it is, when they found that sixth body, it was the 15th they found this year.
In the same stretch of bayou?
Mm-hmm. In the
Sounds
same.
like Austin.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Exactly.
Because they're all of them were men but one.
Mm-hmm. Now,
and Chicago, by the way, that same
well,
thing.
that's what I was going to say. This has happened in 11 states, plus a cluster in the UK. So, yeah, we talked about this on Infamous Minds, and it's back when the Austin thing was happening. But yeah, it's something I'm keeping up with. So
do you know what would be interesting is if there was a serial killer
group,
like
yes,
like our hostage situation, but for serial killers.
Well, see, that's my theory, because it wouldn't be the first time it's happened. There was a group of truck drivers that were doing it.
I believe that.
And they were all in contact with each other. One of them was a woman.
Sure. Women aren't exempt from being complete psychos, clearly. I think men would agree with that. I mean, I'm a woman. I know that I can be psycho on occasion.
I'll plead the fifth on that one. And if you didn't see the video, we upgraded our fish pond, and we just put the water and the fish in it today. So that's more to come. But we upgraded from a 100-gallon
pond
to a 625 gallon.
Dang. It's a little mini pool.
Yes.
Well, that's cool. I love koi. I love koi fish, and I'd like to do that. I had my backyard leveled this weekend. My friends came up. We rented a mini skid steer.
Uh-huh.
And because my backyard, I don't know what the previous owners did, but it was not a level backyard. I had low points where mosquitoes would congregate when it rains. I had little hills, and if I dug down, there is terracotta pottery, there's brick, and there's coal. So yeah. I don't know what was happening in that backyard.
Well, that's weird stuff happening.
So it's a weird combo. But anyway, he got the skid steer out, and he was able to level it out. But it's all dirt now, so I've got to throw down grass. I got to throw down wildflowers. So hopefully I'll have a pretty backyard next year.
I was going to ask you, because I'm going to see you at the end of the month. Do you want me to bring you some wisteria?
Yes.
Okay. Bring you some wisteria.
Bring me, please, some wisteria. And I'll bring root hormone, like root stimulator, and some dirt for it to live.
Okay.
So thank you.
No, my pleasure.
You're like, I want to get rid of it.
Okay. So neighbor before neighbor. Okay. Because this family's been in this house since 1963. And one of the neighbors about 20 years ago planted wisteria on the other side of the fence, and it has taken over the fence. I've got wisteria roots that are this big.
Holy cow.
Yeah. I have to trim, no shit, I have to trim about 8 foot of it off my fence. Now, I'm not talking about just an 8 foot stretch. No. I'm talking about 8 foot this way. And
Yeah.
I trim it back off the fence to the fence every year, and it gets that big every year.
You've got Miracle Grow in the ground because I can't get Wisteria to
Oh
take
my God.
place.
JoJo says, I haven't seen Walter the Squirrel for a while, Tex. I will get a Walter the Squirrel video for y'all because we installed an awning over our flower garden to help shade our pond and help keep the freaking pecans falling in the old fish pond. But now they have figured out that the bird bath is right below the awning. So the squirrels have figured out they can, once they get on the roof of the house, they run down, they get on the awning, and then jump down in the bird bath. So I'm going to try to get that. And for some odd reason, he was in my pepper plant today. I'm like, get the hell out of my pepper plant.
Yeah. Let me get peppers while I can. It's going to be cold here in a month.
Yeah.
Less than a month.
We hope.
You know how it is. It'll be warm, freezing.
Mm-hmm. Oh, man.
Okay, so let's go. Rhode Island. You want to start it off or you want me to start it off?
I got it.
All right.
Let's start it out with some vampire legend stuff.
Woohoo!
The Mercy Brown vampire legend out of Rhode Island. Exeter's infamous 1892 exhumation sparked America's vampire panic.
Mm-hmm.
The Mercy Brown vampire legend is in American history, stemming from the 1892 exhumation of Mercy Brown in Exeter, Rhode Island. So this was a part of a bigger New England vampire panic. Okay. The community believed that Mercy Brown was a vampire responsible for the deaths of her family members.
Mm-hmm.
So the exhumation and subsequent rituals that were part of the locals' desperate attempts to find a cure for the mysterious illness known as consumption, i.e.
vampirism. Yeah.
No.
Oh, you mean the clinical thing for it?
Yeah,
clinical thing for consumption. Yeah, tuberculosis.
That's right, TB. So the story of Mercy Brown's well-preserved body in the subsequent exhumation rituals became a symbol of the fears and superstitions of the time, reflecting the collision between folklore and the unknown. So, I mean, it's weird. I mean, we talk about now how just little certain things will kick off like a panic.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And we, even in the 80s, we have what we call the satanic panic.
Correct.
Right? Burning of albums and all that kind of stuff. So this occurred in January of 1892 and is one of the best documented cases of exhumation of a corpse in order to perform rituals to banish an undead manifestation. So several cases of TB consumption occurred in the family. George Thomas died 1922 at the age of 80, and Arnold Brown, Mary Liza Elizabeth Arnold Brown died in December 8th, 1883 at the age of 36. Well, friends and neighbors believe that this was due, and I don't get this. That's, I don't know. That's weird. That must be a typo of 19.
It's not 19 at all.
Yeah, it can't be. But anyway, so friends and neighbors believe that this was due to the influence of the undead. So Mercy Brown died January 17th, 1892, at the age of 19. She was the sister of Harriet Hattie Mabel May Clark Brown Pierce. Good grief.
What a name.
Right? So this is, I don't know, this is full of some weird information, 1900s and 1800s. And
Yeah, somebody didn't check their typos.
Yeah. But anyway, okay, so yeah, this now see this they correct it down here. Mary Elizabeth was the first to die in 1883, followed in 1884 by her eldest daughter, Mary Olive, at the age of 20. And then Mercy Lena Brown, and her only son died in 1891. So they believe that one of the dead family members was a vampire.
And was spreading the disease throughout the family and the community.
Yeah. So George Brown was persuaded to give permission to exhume several bodies of family members. Villagers, the local doctor, Dr. Harold Metcalf, and a newspaper reporter exhumed the bodies on March 17th. They did it on St. Patty's Day. So they were the bodies of both Mary Elizabeth and Mary Olive were exhibited the expected level of decon. Right. So they were thought not to be the cause. However, the corpse of daughter Mercy exhibited almost no decon and still had blood in the heart. This was taken as a sign that the young woman was undead and the agent of Edwin's condition.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hadn't heard that one before. All right.
Yeah. All right. So Mary's heart and liver were burned. The ashes were mixed with water to create a tonic, which was given to Edwin.
Yep.
In an effort to resolve his illness and stop the influence of the undead.
Didn't work.
He died 2 months later.
Yeah. Spoiler alert, it didn't work.
In the end, the father, George Brown, was one of the very few to never contract TB. He lived until 1922, just long enough to see bacteriologist Albert Camonte and Camille Guerin, who discovered the BCG vaccine, which is used to reduce the resistance.
I mean, if he's the only family member, because as you know, TB is highly contagious.
Oh, absolutely. I had to
highly contagious. Yeah. And he didn't contract it, being in the household where literally everybody else died. I would have looked at him if I was the community and been like, what's up with you, dude? Like, how are you still alive? Exactly. You're a witch.
Yeah. Why hasn't
Warlock?
Everybody in your family died but you?
Yeah. That's
and you have the disease, but you're lingering.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know. That's one of them deals where, you say something nasty about somebody and then they're the worst person in the world. And it's like the whole, you have an elderly person that lived on the road and rumors start that they're a witch or whatever.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
House is haunted, of course,
Salem witch trials, it all went that way too. I'm sure we'll talk about that once we get to Massachusetts.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, I would have been it shocks me that they weren't more suspicious of the father.
I know, right?
The ritual, though, usually it's beheading. Sometimes they'd stick the brick in the mouth.
Mm-hmm.
And put the head, I want to say like on the pelvic, like on their stomach. They'd put a stake through the heart, or they cut out the heart and burn it like they did with Mercy.
Right.
They showed her no mercy. None at all.
Ba-dum-bum.
But I think that's interesting because that's one of the, I mean, I don't know of, and I'm not saying there aren't any, I just don't know of them, any other like documented cases of supposed vampirism in the US.
Yeah.
That's the only one I'm aware of, but I'm sure there are others. I just don't know them. But that's like the most famous one.
Yeah.
You know, and for all of the immigrants, I mean, the country was founded on immigration, right?
Yeah.
I'm shocked that there aren't more prevalent stories about that, you know, because old superstitions and legends come over with the folk, all the folklore. And it's interesting to me that that it took to the late 1800s for it to be documented so well.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that that's interesting.
Yeah, I don't. It's and like I said, I dealt with back when I was riding an ambulance.
Thanks, Joe. I appreciate it.
Hey, thank you, Joe.
Always awesome. Thank you.
There was a community that were, and it was Vietnamese? I think it was Vietnamese community, and they're very private. They had their own Buddhist temple there and everything, and they did not like anybody that came in the neighborhood, right? But they had a TB outbreak, and we would have to make calls, or we had to go on calls over there. So yeah, we were all masked up and all this kind of stuff, you know. So yeah, had to deal with that. But so you know what? TB is one of the scariest things out there. It really is to me.
I remember the test was really weird, where they just pressed the needles into your hand.
See, mine did the forearm. It was a scrape. It was almost a scrape kind of scrape test kind of thing.
Mine were, because I was young too, like when you're like in early elementary school. It looked like a Lego piece. It was about this big.
Yeah.
And it had just rows and rows of needles on it, and they would push it into my hand. Yeah, I guess they could have done it here. I remember it was in this area.
Yeah.
But I remember
they don't break the skin.
Yeah, they didn't. They never broke the skin. They just press it in really hard.
See, I remember having like a little scrape mark.
I didn't have a scrape mark. I remember distinctly the puncture marks in my arm, or the indentations. They weren't really puncture marks. Which I thought was odd. I was like, how is that testing for anything? But okay. Okay.
Right.
So, yeah. So that's the first story, Mercy Brown.
Yep.
American Vampire. So we'll hop over to mine, and I'm going to read just like you. It's The Lad School, and it's about eerie lights and ghostly cries. So
yeah.
The Lad School in Exeter, Rhode Island began as an institution for the mentally disabled in the early 20th century, and soon gained a dark reputation for mistreatment and neglect.
Surprise.
Once envisioned as a progressive facility, it became overcrowded and underfunded, as is the way. Its patients often subjected to inhumane conditions. When the school finally closed in the 1990s, so it was operating up to the 1990s. So when I was in high school, it left behind decaying buildings, abandoned medical equipment, and an atmosphere thick with sorrow. Explorers who ventured into the ruins described the eerie sensation of being watched, and the air inside the remaining structures feels heavy with unease. Today, the site of the Lad School is infamous among paranormal investigators. Witnesses report flickering lights moving through the halls where electricity no longer runs, and disembodied cries echoing across the empty grounds. Some have claimed to see shadow figures peering from broken windows or standing at the edge of the tree line. Whether the hauntings are echoes of suffering or manifestations of collective guilt, the Lad School endures as one of Rhode Island's most chilling reminders of how tragedy can leave a lasting imprint on the land. So a former mental institution where they were clearly abusing people, and I am convinced you can't convince me otherwise that every last one of those things, workhouses, mental institutions, poor farms, weren't places where people were just grotesquely abused, exploited, just
Absolutely.
no doubt in my mind that the worst things happened in these places. And it's not shocking to me that it would leave an imprint on the land, that there would be ghosts
Oh yeah.
or, yeah, residual ghosts, perhaps even wandering the grounds of the place.
Yeah.
I mean, it sounds like a place I'd like to go.
Yeah. Well, we're talking about going to a place that's over in the Pacific Northwest. It's just like that.
Hmm.
So yeah, hopefully that'll happen. You know, and when you well, it's a lot like Ray County Museum.
Yeah.
You know, with such a freaking history of that sort, there's got to be energies and energies that are just built up, man. I mean, it's because I mean, the, unfortunately, you have people that are committed to these places, especially way back then.
Hmm.
Um, that becomes their happiest place because they were
They
treated
got
so
no
bad
better.
they were treated so bad by their family, you know.
Yeah, I'm
Um,
not thinking they got treated much better there, but if that's all you know in life, I
yeah,
mean, make
if that's your
lemon out of
norm,
lemonade, you know.
if that's your norm, and it's crazy what we can get used to as our normal. It really is.
It
Um,
is, yes, it is frightening what we can get used to and consider
yes, yes,
normal. It will manifest later, though, like
yeah,
the repressed emotions and everything will manifest
yeah.
later.
That's a real
That is
thing,
a
man.
real thing.
But it was I don't know, man. It just always struck me as weird as for a while until I understood what was going on. That these places had such not necessarily the bad spirits that would have bad energy that would hang out. You got a lot of positive things too, and I think it was because they did have their best time there. Unfortunately,
Hmm.
you know. Um,
I couldn't I mean, as much as I would want to, because let's consider the time frame, right? Women's roles were limited. You couldn't do much, right? Nursing would have been one of the few things you could do.
yeah,
Um, and I'm sure that that's something I would have wanted to do, but I don't know if I could work in a place like that because I feel like I would be in the minority of being one of the only people that gave a crap
yeah,
about the lives of people
yeah,
in my charge. I'm sure that doctors did and, the occasional nurse did, perhaps some orderlies did, but I think that it was also, uh, not lad specifically, but just these types of environments are places where abusers go
yes,
to rule with an iron fist.
yes. It's they're not unlike pedophiles. They
And
gravitate.
very
They
little
gravitate.
challenge, very little light is being shined
Yes,
on what's happening. And I don't know that I could go, um, witness that every day, even though I would try very hard to make a change. Can you imagine, like, being a woman nurse trying to make a change for something like that? You have hardly a voice at all anyway.
yeah,
That would be excruciating for me emotionally.
yeah. And the thing about it is, back then, all you had to do was piss off your husband to get thrown in a place like that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. All you have to do is say the wrong thing or burn the meatloaf, and
Yeah,
suddenly you're hysterical.
yeah,
Hysterics. Hysterics was a legitimate diagnosis
yeah,
in the 50s.
yeah.
Here, take a cough syrup with some cocacina in it. It'll help with your hysterics. Here's a stimulant.
Well, back in the 1800s, you always had the cure-all laudanum,
Yeah, I was going to say, I wouldn't mind some laudanum right about now, to be honest.
which was nothing but opium mixed with alcohol.
Yeah.
Good God.
Yeah. I get, a little laudanum at night to help you sleep.
Yeah.
Just a little laudanum. Just need a
Yeah.
little laudanum.
It's like, oh, it's for my headaches.
Well, they did that in Tombstone.
Yeah, exactly. Absolutely. That's what
Wyatt's wife or whatever she was going through withdrawals, and one of his brother's wives had the laudanum, and she's like, "Oh, I just need to get it from the pharmacy. I'm just low."
Yeah, it's for my headaches.
Mm-hmm.
I get headaches.
It's your turn. What's next?
Well, I tell you what. Let's you did a ghost one. I'll do a sea serpent.
Woohoo!
I'll do a sea serpent. This is the Gloucester sea serpent.
Yeah.
Now, this giant marine creature was reported by fishermen and sailors in the 19th century. It's a legendary creature that was first reported in 1817 by fishermen off the coast of Gloucester, Massachusetts. The creature was described as a massive serpent-like entity with a head resembling a turtle and a body that undulated, squirmed around in the water.
It did this.
Yeah. Sightings continued sporadically through the 19th century, with local fishermen claiming to have seen the creature while out at sea. The creature's existence remains a subject of debate and skepticism, with some speculating it could be a large species of eel or even a hoax. Despite numerous sightings and tales of encounters, the Gloucester sea serpent has become a symbol of the town of Gloucester. The local business. Why are we talking about Gloucester, Massachusetts, and Rhode Island?
I think they're right next to each other.
Yeah.
I think we have proven that Monica's not very good at geography in the Northeast.
But anyway, it's become a symbol of the town of Gloucester, and local businesses and organizations use it as an image in their logos and promotional. Oh, that's funny. Much like Bigfoot. Much like Bigfoot.
There we go.
Yeah. And I'm going to do this real quick.
That's a dang good question. Why are they talking about Gloucester?
Yeah, I'm like, wait a minute. So
Gloucester in Massachusetts. Hold on, I'm looking.
But since we're on it, I'll just keep going with it.
Just keep going.
Yeah. That's what we do. We roll with it.
And just keep going.
So this is supposedly what they saw. It continued into through 1870. Of course, it started in 1817 and continued until 1819. But the earliest sighting of such a creature off Cape Ann was recorded in 1638 by John Jocelyn. And occasional sightings continue into the 21st century. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. They said that the fishermen reportedly said it was 60 feet long. And
wow.
Yeah, one of the most famous sightings of the Gloucester sea serpent occurred in August 1817 when a group of men aboard the schooner Caravan reported seeing a large creature with a head like a serpent and a humpbacked body swimming alongside the vessel. They fired a cannon at it and it disappeared under the water, never was not seen again. Well, hell, I wouldn't either.
Right?
Not a cannon at me. Now, descriptions were all over the board, right? Some described it as having having a long snake-like body, while others reported seeing a humpback creature with a head like a horse. That sounds, a seal or a dinosaur.
Sounds like Loch Ness.
Yes. Literally hundreds or possibly even thousands of people saw the creature. Combined with the Linen Society's report, the serpent is one of the most well-documented sea serpents ever. Of course, despite numerous sightings and tales of encounters, the existence, like we said, is up for debate. This I find it reassuring. I'm not reassuring is the wrong word, but this I think it's cool that the town has embraced it.
Oh yeah. Well, tourist dollars, cha-ching.
Well, yeah, but I mean, for so long though, it was people were like, they didn't want these old legends known about their town and all this kind of stuff. And what's weird is the ones that embrace it actually benefit from it.
Sure.
Just like I said, just like Bigfoot. Now Amityville, I know it's kind of different, but Amityville, it was they didn't embrace it really because literally of traffic.
Well, there's that. So the Gloucester thing, right? That's a sea serpent inhabiting a pretty wide swath of
right
water.
Right.
Amity is a single house where people are trying to live their life.
Yeah.
Not that I'd want to. I don't know that I want to live in the murder house, demon or not. I don't know if I want to live in the murder house. Right. So I understand Amity not really, hugging that, especially the people that live in the house.
Oh yeah, because I mean, it's and what's weird is the house really doesn't look like what it did in the TV show in a movie. I mean, they dressed it up to look more
sinister. Sure. Yeah. Because the regular old brown 4-story or 2-story, I mean, a 4-story would be impressive, but the regular old brown brick 2-story doesn't do much for anybody. Unless it's The Entity, all right? Remember the movie The Entity?
Oh, yeah.
Based on a very real occurrence.
Yeah.
I had heard that was a very nondescript home that took place in.
Well, what is it? That new string of movies, was it not The Conjuring? Was it, or was it?
Where they just bought and sold the house?
I can't remember if it was The Conjuring or not. There's 3 or 4 movies made about it. What was that other string of movies? It wasn't The Conjuring.
About a house?
Yeah, it was
like Paranormal Activity? Was that in a single
house?
house?
Yeah. Nondescript house. Yeah.
Okay.
But
Hillbilly Herb says, I think we need a real estate medium who can check out the houses folks are interested in buying. That would be cool. And Joe said in the Insidious movie.
Insidious. Thank you, Joe.
Yeah.
Funny that's mentioned because we basically had one of those at the conference. Belle, that young woman that was out there, is basically that. She's a psychic medium, but she doesn't read people. She reads places.
Okay.
So yeah, she's basically that. So
she can
she
can make some cash doing that.
Right. I'll come and give you.
Because I'd pay. But I mean, I feel like, people that aren't in tune but are still concerned. Because I feel like if I walk into a place, I can usually gauge if it's hostile, or heavy. you know, because there have been places I don't even have to walk into. Like I've been to places where I won't cross the threshold.
I cannot say that.
There are.
Well, because I'm just stupid, because if I get a bad vibe, I'm going.
I know you will.
But I don't know. I don't think it would bother me, because I've lived in a haunted house and it didn't bother me at all. And I don't know that. Given if some of these outrageous, spooky things started happening, that happens in these stories that end up on TV and movies and everything else, maybe I might move out.
Mickey said the Ray Canyon Museum is like walking into my auntie's house and knowing it has ghosts. Yeah, the Ray Canyon Museum.
I didn't get any bad vibes at all in the Ray County Museum, but I didn't get
negative vibes.
But I didn't get to go down to that end of the hall where everybody was having issues that night either. So, because everybody was like, "No, you can't go."
Well, what's the point if you can't go back there?
I don't think they wanted the match in the gasoline.
Oh, you can't go back there. Okay, I understand now. Tex can't go back there.
I think that's pretty much the way it was. I didn't argue. I'm like, okay.
Okay.
Because, I mean, it was out of respect for Kathy, because they don't want you provoking or anything like that.
Oh, I totally understand that. But you can keep your mouth shut for a night, Tex. You could do it.
Yes.
I believe in you. I believe in you, Tex. I believe in you.
And man, I tell you what, when me and Paul was down there in that basement and we was in the tack room, and we're just outside, just in the next room, and it looks into the tack room, which is, I was like a kid in a candy store in that old tack room. And he started seeing this light that was on the back wall. And he goes, "Hey man, I need you to come in here and sit in this chair and see if you can see what I'm seeing." And I'll be damned if I didn't. And we're watching this light get brighter and kind of looked like it was moving behind the wall and everything. And I'm like, this is cool. So before we walked in the room and disturbed whatever it might be, two of the guys from oh my gosh, I went blank. The big paranormal group that was there that helped us with the conference, Haunted Garage, they were there, and they just happened to walk down the stairs. And we like, "Hey guys, come here and take a look at this." Trying to verify, and come to find out what it was. Of course, one guy just walks in the room. I'm like, I'm trying not to do that, but what it was, there was a window behind this old plank wall that they had built in this tack room. And we were seeing headlights.
Oh, in the window between the planks?
Window, and the window was either painted or very dirty. So it gave it an interesting hue. And then all the tools hanging on the wall. Plus it was just showing through like one knot hole in the wall. Like, I mean, it's a great debunk. I mean, it really was. It was a great debunk, but it's like kind of disappointing too.
So in the chat, Hillbilly Herb said, "I went to Cripple Creek, Colorado once, spent about 10 minutes in a hotel casino before I had to GTFO, drove all the way back to Colorado Springs. The energy made me so sick. Definitely some bad stuff has gone down." And he said, "I'll never forget it for sure, but now I want to know more. I bet that town would make for some amazing investigations." That would be a good place for us to go.
Yes.
In our Trans-America paranormal road trip.
Yes. And that is not the first time I've heard the mention of Cripple Creek, Colorado.
Me too. Yeah.
For
We're gonna
different
have to
reasons.
maybe, you know what? Let's do Colorado next week.
Okay.
Let's do Colorado next week, and
All
we
right.
can get into cripple because I don't want to get too far into cities and states
Right.
that we haven't discussed yet. So
Right.
I'll write
Okay.
that down, Colorado, so I don't forget it because I am old and I make no promises about remembering anything.
It's a shame you couldn't stay in the casino. I hear they're very loose. Is all.
Well, we'll definitely be making a stop at Cripple Creek then, because some
Well,
of
you
us
won't
like
go.
to hit the slots.
You're afraid to gamble.
I'm not afraid to gamble. I just like to hoard my money like a dragon. All right, next up,
Keep
the
it precious. Keep it safe.
precious. No, it's not that. It's Smaug, the dragon, right?
Yeah, I know.
It's my treasure. Or like a leprechaun. It's mine.
Yeah, I can see you jacking somebody up for a single coin too. Yeah.
Not for a single coin. You got a whole pot, I might. Okay, so next up in Rhode Island, the Palm Rocks Lighthouse.
Oh.
So, standing sentinel off the coast of East Providence, Rhode Island, the Palm Rocks Lighthouse has watched over Narragansett Bay since 1871. Built on a small rocky island accessible only by boat, it's long been a place shrouded in mist and mystery. Keepers once reported strange knocking sounds on foggy nights, as if someone or something was trying to gain entry. Today, visitors and passing boaters tell of spectral figures seen walking the lighthouse balcony or pacing the rocks below. Most common tale is that of drowned sailors appearing in the dense fog, their translucent forms drifting near the shoreline before vanishing into the sea's gray
I'm
veil.
rubbing off on you.
You are. Many believe these apparitions are the restless souls of mariners who perished in the shipwrecks along Rhode Island's treacherous coast. Locals say the air grows unnaturally cold when the spirits manifest, and faint echoes of cries for help sometimes carry across the water. Even Coast Guard crews stationed nearby have admitted to uneasy feelings when the fog rolls in thick and heavy. Whether ghostly remnants of tragedy or tricks of light and atmosphere, Palm Rocks remains one of New England's eeriest maritime landmarks, its beacon cutting through the mist as the lost sailors of the bay continue their eternal watch. So that is interesting. Haunted lighthouses. That is not uncommon, but what is unnerving in that story to me is something knocking on the door in the fog.
You know,
am I answering the door? No, I saw that horror movie. I ain't answering the door. Yeah, you're going to have to. I'm not kidding. The fog, they start banging on the lighthouse door. I ain't doing it. I ain't answering it. You're going to have to kick it open like they did in the movie.
Oh, Lord. I was trying to find. Well, you know, back I remember watching Ghost Hunters, and they did that lighthouse, and that was some crazy evidence that they got. You know, that
It's
thing
been
going
so
up.
long. I don't even remember that Ghost Hunters episode.
Well, they saw something. They got some on camera. You know, the spiral staircase, and it kept looking over at
the railing.
Yeah. I was like, that's badass, you know?
There are so many haunted lighthouses, though. I mean, so many. And, you know, this isn't Rhode Island, but anytime I think of haunted lighthouses, I think of the keeper's disappearance off the coast of England, right? They made the whole movie about it. Because there were 3 of them, right?
Right.
And all of them gone, right? Just everything standing, nothing else. I mean, I think that they said that they had noticed that some of the railings with the chains from the dock up the side of the rock to get to the lighthouse was bent. So it's the North Sea, I believe, and those are known for treacherous storms. It wouldn't surprise me. with some massive waves pummeling the side of that rock. But for all three of them to go missing, that is weird.
Okay, I found something that wasn't on your list.
Okay, go for it.
The Perrin family haunting.
Okay.
Um,
I actually know a Perrin from New England.
Well, there you go. So if you've seen The Conjuring, then you're aware of some of the insane ghost shenanigans that have gone down in this house. What? Is this the Conjuring house? Yes.
The Conjuring house?
Yeah.
Let us have it. Let's hear the real story, not what Hollywood spoon-fed us.
So if you've seen The Conjuring, then you're aware of some of the insane ghost shenanigans that have gone down in this house. When the Perrin family moved in their home in Harrisville, Rhode Island, they had no idea that 8 generations of families had lived and died in the same home, with a number of suicides, a rape, and 2 murders. 4 random deaths by freezing occurred all before their parents moved in. The home's seller allegedly told them to leave the lights on at night. The parents have only disclosed a small amount of what happened to them in the house.
Mm-hmm.
Their stories include everything from sweet ghosts who swept and watched over the children to the spirit of the Bathsheba Sherman, an alleged witch who lived in the house in the 19th century and hung herself in a tree behind the home. The Perrin family called in Ed and Lorraine Warren and the couple who investigated, the Amityville Horror house, of course. And things only got worse when they arrived.
Mm-hmm.
The parents had to live with their ghost for a decade until they were financially free to move.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah. So, yeah, I had no idea. I had literally no idea that was in Rhode Island.
You know what else is in Rhode Island? Is H.P. Lovecraft's home. He lived in Providence.
Ooh.
Yeah. So a lot of the outer worlds and the elder beings and a lot of the settings are in that vicinity. Maybe not Rhode Island specifically, but definitely in the vicinity.
So he kind of had a hang up on that area like Stephen King with Maine.
Yeah. Well, he wrote about Massachusetts as well. Right? Because Arkham, I believe Arkham was in Massachusetts. Right. Arkham, which is where Miskatonic University is.
Yeah, it's where the Joker and Bane and all them are held to.
Well, Arkham Asylum is from the comics, but the town of Arkham holds the Miskatonic University. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Let's pretend that I don't know what Miskatonic means.
Miskatonic?
Miskatonic means.
Miskatonic.
Let's just pretend so everybody else can know, because
the definition of Miskatonic?
Whatever it means.
Oh, what it is? So Miskatonic is the university that holds like all the archaic knowledge, the Necronomicon.
There you go.
It's the college that is the central point of a lot of H.P. Lovecraft's characters.
There you go. See? Yeah. Now y'all know what I know.
Miskatonic. Have you not read my bio? I went to Miskatonic University.
No, I've never read your bio.
Yeah, I went to Miskatonic. Yeah. I even have a degree in psychology from there. I got the paper and everything.
Yeah. If I was going to study anything in college, it probably would have been psychology and that type of thing.
Oh, yeah. I would. If I could.
If you could.
If I could start over again at 18, right? Fresh out of high school.
Yeah.
I would go into anthropology and folklore.
Yes.
And I looked into parapsychology and it was not an offered course. Right. But I would have definitely ventured in that direction because I've been weird my whole freaking life.
Well, see, that's that's one thing I find so cool about Dr. D. Merchant. He is a doctor of parapsychology,
Oh yeah, I think that's cool.
and he's such a great guy, and such, his girlfriend's so sweet. We sat there
It's
during
so
his,
sweet.
I know, we sat there during his presentation and shared cake, because the cakes that this woman was making out there that were gluten free, fat free, everything free was just amazing. I couldn't believe how good those cakes were.
Oh yeah, I didn't eat them, and I bought them and shoved them down Chris's throat.
Man, I was like, because I was like, honest to God, I bought them to support her as a vendor, okay, and then I ate them, and I'm like, wait a minute, these are actually good.
And they were cute. They were like little tiny things.
Yeah,
They were
yeah,
like 2 bites max.
yeah, but they were so good. I couldn't believe how good. I'm like,
And they looked good and they smelled good, but I bought one. I think Chris ate, or I bought 4. I bought a lot because I went to every vendor and I tried to get
right,
something from every vendor.
right.
And I
And I
bought,
wish I'd had time to do that. I didn't. I couldn't get away long enough.
I don't remember how many. I need to get with you anyway because you got some of my stuff. You got my rock that looks like a book.
We're gonna see each other at the end of the month.
Okay.
I mean, unless you want to do it earlier.
You
Go
got
to
my
Jefferson with
poster.
me.
I guess it's just a few weeks away. But anyway, Chris ate one and he said they were really good. And then I brought what was left back and Lucas ate the rest of them.
Yeah, I mean, when a kid Lucas's age they eat them, they're good.
Right. Well, I don't know. He's a budding teenager, so he's
Yeah.
pretty much a bottomless pit.
Well, that's true.
Which is
If-
weird. He's not quite there yet.
Yeah. If you want to come, if you want to come get your stuff earlier, come down here and we'll go over to Lake Worth, and I'll take you to Ginger Brown's. I just went over there today to eat. That's a good place to eat.
Okay. I mean, it's not like I'm doing anything during the days. Right? My semi-retirement.
I wasn't going to say nothing, but hey, you got more time on your hands than I do, and that's a lot.
I got to finish my book. I do. I got to finish my book. book. I need to be more disciplined.
Speaking of books.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Nice segue. Yes. Tell me
Right.
more.
Infamous Minds of True Crime, Book 1 will be out middle of this month. And we will be promoting the book on Doug Hodgeck's show this month.
Oh, cool.
Yes.
That's super cool.
Yeah.
Is he going to be publishing? Are you publishing through Hanger?
No.
Okay.
No. Unless he wants to.
I'd self-publish. I would self-publish.
That's what we did.
Yeah.
Well,
that's cool. Yeah, I put the name of my book in my description tonight.
I didn't read the description.
It's Under the Same Moon.
Ooh.
Because
I like that.
it's all there's ghost. There's a ghost story out of Australia. There's folklore. Like there's more than one. Like there's Japanese folklore. There's fairies in Ireland. So it's the stories are fictional, but the folklore and the ghost
based on true, yeah,
are based on actual folklore.
That's cool.
Cool.
Yeah, I expect a autographed copy, personalized autographed copy.
Of course.
Now,
likewise.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. Andrews. You're going to love the answer to this question that you asked. Any plans to dress up for Halloween streams or events?
It's funny you should mention that.
Yes, we have quite the Halloween event for y'all guys.
The nice Samhain event.
Yes.
If you say Sam Hain, I'll kick you. It's not Sam Hain. Sam Hain. Any Hain.
And I guess we can tell everybody where we'll be and where
Yeah.
we'll be doing lives from. We will be doing lives from Dogman Ranch on Halloween.
Yep.
That's where we're spending our
We'll
Halloween.
be out there under the full moon.
Yep. So y'all, push aside your Halloween plans for all these other shows that are just going to sit here and tell you stories. We're going to be out there, folks, and we're not just, well, Tina, if y'all want to go, you gotta get in contact with me. But our first night there is gonna be Halloween night, and we're spending the entire weekend there. And I can neither confirm nor deny that I may be out there an additional 3 nights by myself.
That's true.
So probably won't end up by myself, but hey.
Well, there's always stragglers, right? I just can't. I got to get Lucas to school.
It's overrated.
School's overrated.
But yeah, that's what we will be doing. So, y'all gonna be able to see some. Hopefully, the water stays clear, and we'll be doing some underwater fossil hunting as well. A whole 9 yards. So,
Just don't know if it's going to be warm enough to get in the clear water. Depends on when the cool down happens.
I'm getting in the water. If it's clear, I'm getting in the water. I don't care if I had to break through the ice like a walrus. I'm getting in the water.
We'll film that for everybody.
Absolutely.
I'll let Chris know to bring his snorkel gear. I don't know if he still has his tanks. I think he said he had his tanks somewhere. I thought he had sold them.
No, he said he's got them, but they all need to be
recertified.
Yeah. So.
Okay.
But, it would be cool if we could. And I maybe I'll hit him up tomorrow. Is he doing anything tomorrow? Oh, he's working.
Just work, but
Yeah.
You should hit him up.
Yeah.
Like the days that you're off, he can stop by your place too. Because where he works isn't that far from where you live.
Yeah, well, he drives right by my house every day.
Yeah.
Basically. But yeah, I'll get with him and see if we can get a couple of, at least the small tanks, because we don't need the big ones really.
Yeah, he's got pony tanks for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. But so if we do find something snorkeling, we can at least spend a few minutes down there working on it.
Right.
But yeah, so that's the plan for our Halloween, guys. And
maybe I'll bring my paddle board, because I don't want to get in the water, but I'd like to go down the creek. So I think I'll bring my paddle board.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not standing up on no damn paddle board.
You can park your butt on it and paddle. You don't have to stand up.
Yeah, I turn your paddle board.
You have to have a good balance and center of gravity to get on them. Chris can't do it.
I'd turn your paddle board into a submarine.
No.
Where'd he go? I don't know, but I see him about from the chest up. I don't know.
They're pretty buoyant. You'd be fine.
I have found out that I'm pretty damn buoyant these days too. So, like a whale breaching the surface.
Stop it. Is there another story you want to cover? Because we're almost done.
Okay, well, I can do the last one that I was
assigned
by my teacher.
I told you to pick
the subjects you want to research.
Here's a list. Pick 3.
You have a paper due. Let's see here. Ooh. We're going to Saconnet Point. We're going to go to 2014. Now, Saconnet Point is known.
Mm-hmm.
I got to read this first. This is cool.
I'll give Tex a minute, folks.
Yeah. It's in Little Compton, Rhode Island. It's the perfect end to a day trekking through Pardon Gray Preserve at Whittamoo Woods in Teverton. Yes.
These names.
I know, right? Meanwhile, the third boater is still missing as Rhode Island investigators examine the vessel that sank off a Saconnet light on Thursday. Now, this place is known for being like haunted and stuff like that. And it's just, I mean, in the winter, they call it a ghost town because there's nobody there. Right.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And it's at the southern tip of the peninsula composed of two towns, Tiverton to the north and Little Compton to the south.
Okay.
The Saconnet River actually an inlet of the Atlantic Ocean, and it separates the area from the busier Aquidneck Island to the Aquidneck Island to the west. The need for a navigational light in the vicinity was noted as early as 1852, because in March 1882, Captain George Brown of the U.S. Navy inspected for the Lighthouse Board's 3rd District wrote, the establishment of a lighthouse on West Island, which is situated about 1/3 of a mile to the southward of Saconnet Point, would render the navigation of that locality much safer. The lower part of Saconnet River is a good harbor of refuge for coasting vessels and would be safe and easy of access.
Okay.
There's also a lighthouse there, of course, which that's what they were talking about. There's a small hotel on the West Island, turned into a fishing club.
Okay.
Yep. There's just not really a lot on this place, except for, hey, come stay here.
It's creepy. Come stay.
Yeah. But in Little Compton, Rhode Island, marine investigators are picking over the ruins of a 17-foot outboard motorboat, and this is in 2014. Trying to discover. Now get this is odd, and this goes right back to sea serpents, if you ask me. Trying to discover what caused it to fall apart in the water off Saconnet Point on Thursday. In the meantime, the Coast Guard and the local fire departments called off a search for the man lost in the water when the boat broke in half.
Yeah, I'm gonna find him.
Yeah. Coast Guard personnel and firefighters of the Narragansett. Whoa, what a word. Narragansett.
Narragansett. Yeah, we're not New Englanders.
Clearly.
My grandmother would be so disappointed in me. I can't pronounce these names.
But the firefighters from this place, Marine Task Force, spent 20 hours on the water from 11 p.m. Thursday until dark on Friday, searching 400 square miles in the Saconnet River and the Rhode Island Sound for Adam Perry of Providence, one of the 3 men on the fishing boat when it failed. His friends, Joseph and Jose, both of Pawtucket, were rescued from the 60-degree water before dawn Friday. Both were unharmed except for hypothermia. The Coast Guard called off the rescue operation when it was determined that a healthy man in the water would probably not have survived. Survival tables estimated that Perry had a chance of survival up to 21 hours in the water. The three men reported that they were about a mile off Seconic Point Light when about 2 miles offshore when their boat failed at about 7 p.m. All three men got their life jackets on before they went in the water. Coast Guard officials reported the search for them began at 11 p.m. Thursday after family members reported the boat was missing. Coast Guard officials report that the incident still remains under investigation. We retrieved the vessel and is being examined at our enforcement station in Wickford. The DEM is investigating. The DEM is the investigating agency because the accident happened in Rhode Island waters. Seconic Point has a reputation for difficulty for boaters. It is in an area of shifting sandbars, rock shoals just beneath the level of the water. There's also tricky currents that shift with each tide, and there's a tendency for choppy seas to rise up very quickly. And he was never found, evidently, never found.
Well, not surprising.
But it's weird that they don't go into more of what they say about it, because you would think that their whole report, not just the boat failed, broke in half. If it broke in half and it was on a shoal that was just under the water level,
what, they'd be okay?
Well, you would think they'd be standing on that little shoal. Because, I mean, you're talking about a shallow shoal of rock.
So how long would they have been in the water? Standing on a shoal or not, before people found the boat, realized they were gone? Because you will die from hypothermia with the quickness, even with your feet in the water.
Yeah, but they found two of them alive.
Okay. Just the third guy?
Just the third guy.
The two people who were alive didn't have anything to say about it?
See, that's just it. I can't find anything where they went in and read that.
I gotcha. See,
that to me, that's kind of strange, because a lot of times, as you know, folks, it is almost as much as what's not said in these stories as what is said. And this one's interesting because I don't know why. I mean, why would the math ain't math in here? Why does your boat break in two?
Sea serpents, dude. Come on.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. I mean, it's sea serpents.
Clearly.
Mystery solved.
Yep.
Tell Scooby-Doo to go home. We figured it out. Sea serpents.
So, my boss and I had a very nice talk on the phone. All is forgiven. Did I miss something, Andrew?
If you're ever going on a boat trip, take Flex Seal with you. Yeah, I learned that. You can put a screen in the bottom of your boat.
Yeah. Believe that one.
Sure. I would just like to say that I sealed an entire planter system with Flex Seal, and the freaking thing still leaked.
Oh, I thought you were fixing to promote Flex Seal and try to get them as a sponsor, but no.
Yeah, it went the other direction.
Dum 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 dum. Dum 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 dum. Well, that's disappointing.
Yeah, I mean, so by all means, put a screen door in the bottom of your boat and let me know how it turns out.
Right.
But I'm sure, I don't know. Whatever. It's done. It's done. I don't have to think about it. I don't want to think about it. And we're at the end of the show. We got 5 minutes left if we even wanted to get there. So anything you want to tell people other than we're going to be having a grand old time at Dogman Ranch on Halloween.
Yes.
So I don't know that there's going to be a set show on Halloween night, but we will be going live sporadically throughout the night. So make sure that you have the bells on all of our channels set so that when we do go live, you'll get the notification.
So let's do this. Let's look. It's a Friday night.
Oh, I had 3 coats, Andress.
It's a Friday night. The girls do a show on Friday night.
Are they coming down?
No.
Well, then we just won't go live in their time frame.
Well, no, I was kind of thinking that, and we've done this before, we could go live on their show.
I don't like it when they do that. I don't like it when we do that.
Okay. We will not go live on
because you're in their show. I don't know. I guess if we're sharing video, it's not so bad. But if one person's in a studio and the other person is like out in the field, there's a disconnect there. I don't know. You do what you want to do.
Live, or we go to our live reporter in the field.
Yeah, it's just there's such a disconnect. It's weird.
We'll figure something out. For sure. You will be seeing content on Friday on Halloween.
Yeah, you'll be seeing stuff. So make sure you hit the subscribe and make sure you hit the little bell so that when we do go live, you'll get notifications.
Ristel is a proponent of Flex Seal.
Yes. And the chat moved. I love you, Ristel, but I didn't mean to highlight your thing.
We will, and I've had a lot of people talking to me about this. I guarantee you we will be taking a lot of precautions. So don't worry about us. We got to handle.
We're all armed. I'll remember to bring my gun this time. I forgot last time.
I'm going to go ahead and bring my long gun this time.
I can bring my great grandfather's Parker Brothers gun.
You sure you want to bring that?
Joking. But it's a cool gun for all the gun nuts out there.
Well, hell yeah.
It's in the original wooden case, and it's got all the stuff to make your bullets. It's broken down. It's got a Damascus barrel. And it's got the sheriff's, like there's a sheriff star pressed into the wood stock.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. That is awesome. Very nice. So thought Tex would live stream him getting his. I couldn't because they were playing music and whatever. And for some reason, nobody wanted to come and film me. Everybody filmed everybody else. They want to come film me. It's like, I'll see how it is.
Prima Donna Tex.
Hey.
Nobody wanted to talk to me.
Hey, as long as I get my Fanta and my blue M&Ms, I'm okay. In my dressing room.
In your green room. In the green room. Yeah. Yes.
So that's all I've got. And of course we will be it's a 270 two pops. It's a 270. I carry a 270 bolt action. So I can, there's no use in running, you'll just die tired. Tomorrow, right? Tomorrow is
Monday.
Me and Brandy will be on the porch, and Tuesday's going to be a little different. I will not be on the porch, but Monica will be on with somebody.
Talking about what? I don't know.
It's up to her.
I just park my butt next to Tex usually, so if I've got to run the show, heaven help you all.
So that's the plan. Yeah.
So Bristol said, that's awesome, Monica. You need to put out a short showing it off. I think that's a great idea. I think I will do that.
Yeah, that would be a great freaking. Yeah, I'd love to see it. That sounds like just an amazing looking piece of weaponry.
Oh, it's really cool. Can it fire? I wouldn't shoot it. It's a cool gun.
Yeah.
It's a cool piece of history. Let me put it that way.
Yes.
Because it's from 1882, I think. It's when it was manufactured.
That is awesome.
It's been in my family the whole time.
Mickey's calling to do a horror movie night.
We can do a horror movie night this month.
On Tuesday, I think is what she said.
Oh, on Tuesday. Okay. Well, it depends on who's going to be. You know what? I think Randy volunteered to be on with me. And Randy's really into horror movies. So that would be a good team.
I'm surprised he volunteered to do that on Tuesday night at 10.
I know, right? Let's see.
Does he really know what he signed up for?
I don't think so. I don't think he did. Tuesday.
You better hit Randy up.
At 10 horror movies. I mean, I know I have the Night Owl, but I got to remind myself what the hell I'm talking about. Yeah. All right.
Because I will be on with Jimmy Church that night. So same time.
Well, everybody's going to go watch you then. I'm going to be talking to dead air. That's okay. That's what you want. That's what you want.
Replays, man. Replays.
Okay, everybody. So Tuesday night, I'll be talking about horror movies with somebody.
Yes.
Excellent call, Mickey. Per Mickey's suggestion, and we'll be taking care of that on Tuesday. Tex will be on with Brandy tomorrow night. I will be on with Bigfoot Michigan Rob. Brunch time on Thursdays, talking about whatever he pops up with that day. I never know. We usually spend the first 20 minutes talking about gardening. And then
this time of year, it may be the Detroit Lions. I'm just saying, the Cowboys won today.
Oh, did they? Okay.
Yeah. I mean, we beat the 0-4 Jets, but the poor Jet, man. The poor Jets are now 0-5.
Ouch.
Yes.
Ouch. Bad. Actually, I think my fantasy team lost this week because my players were out at the last minute.
I'll tell you how bad it was. The Cowboys entered that game with 2 sacks on the year, left it with 8.
Oh, wow.
Or 6, something like. I mean, it was just they got at least 5 sacks, 7 or 8 total, but they got about 5 or 6 sacks in that one game, and a couple times they were back to back. I mean, it was brutal. But
well, I'm not a Cowboys fan, so I don't care.
Yeah, but we don't. They don't like you either.
And I'm going to be crying all night about it. You watch.
Who is your team? If you're not going to say the 49ers, right?
Of course I am. That's where I grew up. I didn't say they were good, but they're my team. The 80s Niners is where I was growing up. My dad instilled in me a deep-seated hatred for the Cowboys. And while I don't have a deep-seated hatred for the Cowboys like my father did, I'm not a fan.
There were so many teams that I grew up having that were just staunch freaking enemies of the Cowboys back in the day. You had the 49ers. You had the Steelers. No, that is not why.
Oh,
jealousy.
Why then?
It was jealousy.
Oh, bullshit.
Yes, it was because
bullshit. My father said they declared themselves America's team, and I don't remember voting on that. So F them. That's why he didn't like them. That is the only reason he didn't like them.
But see, they didn't declare themselves that. The media did. So,
my father did not agree with it. The Cowboys weren't squashing it. He was like, "Screw them."
Yeah, we didn't like the 49ers. We didn't like the Redskins, Commanders. The Steelers, and our arch nemesis, the Eagles.
You know who the arch nemesis of the Cowboys is? Jerry Jones.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
He's the ultimate, like he's the final boss that they got to defeat in order to actually win games.
Yeah. Trust me, there's a lot of Cowboys fans that are not happy with the Jerry Jones situation. I'm just saying.
Well, they keep buying the merchandise and going to the game. So,
yeah. I mean, when you unceremoniously fire somebody like, it's just like, I mean, when you just walk in and say, basically with a note, Landry, you're out, and nothing. I mean, nothing. But he got so much flack from firing Landry that he ended up building a statue out in front of the stadium to try to make amends to the.
That's funny.
But yeah.
Okay, enough football. We got to go. I got to go to bed. Go to bed. Right. Enough sports ball, as Jason would say.
Yeah. Well, good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody, and thank you for showing up. We appreciate it, and we'll see you next time.